Django, the D is silent.
Such a classic Tarantino moment. The whole, I can't say fucking shit in this thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then Django and King just blow them up.
No.
They don't even fight them, they just blow them all up.
Also really love Sam Jackson in that movie.
It's weird, though, because it came out the same year as Avengers, and those are two completely different performances, and it's so cool to see that distinction.
Oh, yeah, Sam Jackson, man, he can do it all.
Like, I'm really glad that Christoph Waltz won that Oscar for King. I think he definitely deserved it, but I think Sam Jackson was kind of cut out, too, a little bit, because that was an amazing performance.
Just from the very first frame when he comes out the house, and he's like, who that nigga on that now? And, just great performance.
And Django hates him.
Absolutely hates him.
Yeah.
Well, he's the house nigger, and...
It's weird because he's more of the villain than DiCaprio is.
He really is. DiCaprio has just, been raised in a backward system.
I mean, he's evil, but...
Sam Jackson is just fucked up.
Well, Sam Jackson, I think, is objectively evil. Like, you know what I mean? I think just... Or he's crazy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it comes off at points almost like he's influencing Calvin Candy.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. The whole scene where he's like trying to figure out how she knows him and stuff. He's got his wheels turning. And then that speech he gives Django in the shed when they're about to ship him off to the mines.
Right. When he's fucking stripped naked. Ugh. Is it just me, or is Jamie Foxx like having a fucking comeback tour or something?
I don't know.
Because he's been in a ton of movies these past few years, and he wasn't for a while.
I also love how all of the ideas that all the white folks at the ranch came up with for how to get rid of him involved, like, mutilating his genitalia.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And then Sam Jackson was just like, why don't we sell him to a mine to endure a life of back-breaking labor? And I'm sitting there thinking, damn.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. It's a good fucking movie, dude. I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time.
No, I've watched it twice.
Yeah, I watched it 1.5 times. The second time was at Nicholas' house, and I didn't finish it because I was tired.
Yeah, I watched it the first time I saw it, and then I watched it when I got it, so I need to rewatch it as well.
I haven't bought it on Blu-ray yet. I still have to.
Such a good movie, though.
Oh, fantastic. It's my favorite. It's probably... is it my favorite Tarantino movie?
It's my second favorite.
Know.
It's definitely my second favorite Tarantino movie.
I still have yet to watch all of Pulp Fiction. So I don't know. But I also... Because here's the thing, I love From Dusk Till Dawn, but it's not really a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
It's more of a Robert Rodriguez movie, and that being said, it really kind of hinges on that first half being as good as it is.
Yeah. Well, Django is definitely my second favorite Tarantino movie.
Of all the official, no-hold-bar, like, Tarantino flicks I've seen... It's my favorite. Like, just quintessentially Quentin Tarantino.
I mean, it probably would be my favorite, except that there's just one thing that beats it, and I know you still refuse to watch Kill Bill, but
That's what happened.
That's
childhood of bad memories.
That's still at the top of the list. Oh, if only you knew what you were.
It's the same thing why everybody named Doug hates Doug.
But I mean, you don't know what you're. But Doug is a arguably bad show. Like, it's not that great.
I watched Doug as a kid. It wasn't like it wasn't crap. It was just.
It's not terrible.
Weird.
It's nothing. It's nothing to write home about either.
Oh no, certainly not. But neither is like Hey Arnold.
No. God, I remember Hey Arnold.
We should get this on the show. I think we should start.
Yeah, well,
this is all good shit. And we keep saying we had nothing to talk about, but this is good shit for the show.
You should just fade it in at some point during this Django conversation.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out the other part.
Yeah, which means that we are now live. So, hi everybody.
Damn it, Dylan! You fucked up the intro.
You just fucked it up
Damn
more.
It. You fucked me up. Hello, everyone. I am Zazubaar, and welcome to this week's edition of the Demons from Outer Space. Space. I'm Zazubaar, and joining me as always is Dylan McCandless.
Loving that echo sound effect you got going on there, Bill. How did you achieve that? That is a technological marvel.
I'll tell you, Dylan, because what I did was I totally changed the geography of my room. The geography of my room, not the structure or the architecture, the geography.
Right. Yep.
So I've built a sound tunnel that goes from my computer all the way out to my wall that just echoes sound.
Interesting.
So I could just go like,
don't abuse it too much. You wouldn't want to start an avalanche.
Right.
You wouldn't want to start an avalanche of like Godzilla paraphernalia, but.
Right. It's true. The Godzilla figures are right next to the wall. So they would all go flying. That and this giant Spawn figure I have that I got from Captain Logan.
That's just randomly sitting there next to all your Godzilla shit. Yeah,
and the problem is it's got these giant wings with sharp points that if they fell down, they would impale somebody. Like if I threw it at a throat and aimed properly, I could kill somebody with it. It wouldn't be a bad murder weapon.
And in other news, a murder was committed with a Spawn toy.
By former internet user Bill Worcester. And it's a really unflattering picture of me,
12.
I've been turned over a car, my pants are hanging down, my ass is showing.
1,200 people around America are shocked.
That was, of course, a reference to the fact that I just exceeded 1,200 subscribers. Bam, zim, plug. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for your support. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I'm keep on trucking here on the channel. Keep on trucking. That's a saying I've never said. So yeah, Dylan, we have stuff we could discuss that we started talking about before we started the show. We've really been recording for a half hour now, but I'm gonna cut a lot of it out because I don't know, you guys aren't gonna want to hear it. It's terrible, terrible, dark secrets about Dylan and I's lives. And their plans that might get us arrested by every conceivable government facility and anybody with a conscience.
Including the NAACP.
Oh, especially the NAACP. There were some very racist comments made by Dylan. Definitely not me. I didn't make any racist comments at all. Because that's not me. You guys know me. I'm not a racist. Dylan, on the other hand, he's a...
Yeah, Uncle Tom's cabin over here is not a racist.
Uncle Tom's cabin was a Freudian slip, as you so eloquently put it last.
No, a Freudian slip has to involve sex.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because that was Freud's whole, thing.
Right, that was the crux of his argument, but it doesn't have to be sex. I mean, if you're a closet racist, I guess, that could slip out. You could suddenly be railing against.
So what you're saying is you're a closeted racist.
No, I'm saying that all right, don't fucking do this to me.
It's too late, Bill. Your secret.
Damn it! I should never have said, or I should have cut it out. I'm the one who edits this fucking show, and I leave in everything that embarrasses me, and I have no idea why.
Because without that, we wouldn't have a show.
It's true. The whole demons from outer space phenomenon. Like, people are, like, writing, like, fucking... Like, people are, like, wearing Demons from Outer Space t-shirts and getting Demons from Outer Space tattoos.
Because that's a thing.
Right? Dylan, what if I commissioned you to make a Demons from Outer Space tattoo that would get on my body somewhere? Would you do it?
No.
Why?
You
don't trust yourself? You'd fuck it up.
Yeah, I'd fuck it up.
Um,
or I'd just do something to mess with you, and you'd wake up with like a penis tattooed to your forehead or something.
No, I want a bigger dick tattooed on my dick.
How does that work?
Don't worry about it. The science is sound.
No, it's not. How is it going to fit?
Just to be like, it would be relative, so you have to put another object like next to it. So you put like a truck on my leg, and then you have this giant schlong compared to the truck.
Because assuming that we're doing like in like actual like what's the phrase I'm looking for when things are assuming we're doing it to scale, that's impossible. You can't imprint a 2-scale image of a kielbasa onto a hot dog. It doesn't work.
Damn it, Dylan! Stop ruining my fantasy.
Your penis.
What if I get a smaller dick tattooed on there? Then mine will look bigger by comparison.
That might work.
That might do the trick.
You just tattoo like a flow chart of dick sizes.
No, I'm gonna put that on my arm, like on my forearm, and like pull it down and be like, okay, this is the range. I fit in this range, so you're like they're still lower than me, so you know you're not that far off.
On your torso, you get $5 foot long. With an arrow.
What if I got like a giant dick like tattooed on my inner leg? So then briefly they would look like, oh my god, oh wait, that's not the real one. So that might work.
You've given a surprising amount of thought to this.
You have no idea, my friend. You have no idea. A lot of nightmares, dude.
Bill has laid awake at night thinking about the various dick tattoos that he could get.
Yes, hours upon hours dreaming about I could get that one, and that one, and that one, or this one. That could be a thing.
I could tattoo a missile onto it. That way, when I get excited, it looks like it's launching.
Then I want to put an insert mouth here thing around it.
So audience, you gone yet?
So audience,
are you gone yet?
For all three of you who sticked around,
which sticked is not a word, and also, why did you stick around?
Oh, stuck. Fuck. Damn it.
Why did you stick around?
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you? This is some fucked up shit. You should have left eons ago.
This raises questions about you, my friend. This.
You might want to call. Oh, this is a good segue. You might want to call your local bishop.
You might want to call your local bishop
to see if you have problems. So, Dylan, the minute we got on the phone tonight, we both had something to exchange with each other.
Yeah, it was so weird that this happened at the same time.
It was bizarre. It was this weird telepathic thing. I think the more you and I podcast together, the more telepathically linked we become. Like, we were texting earlier about doing the show tonight, and I was like, oh, I'm going to text him in a couple minutes. I was playing Fallout 3. All right, just a couple more minutes. I'm shooting some raiders and shit. And then all of a sudden I got a text that says, so hey, man, what time are we recording tonight? I was like, holy shit. I was just about to text you.
Well,
and then
in this case, it was like this weird, like, third-party cohesion, too, because I have Andres to thank for mine, because he showed it to me earlier, and he was like, and I was like, I'm bringing this up on DFOS.
Right, yeah, exactly. So what we're talking about is, when we came onto the show tonight, I had brought with me a PSA. Or, is it a PSA as much as it is propaganda?
I think it may fall more into the propaganda camp.
It's more propaganda than it is PSA, because it's not so much telling you not to do something as it is like, it's just villainizing something. It's not telling you not to do it. It's like, this is evil and wrong.
Well, that, and it's a bit long for a PSA.
Yeah, it's like a good 5 minutes. So what we're talking about is, we're talking about PSA'S, and what I'm talking about is this. I'm sure some people in the audience have seen this because it's been making major rounds across the internet over the past couple weeks. Is this Mormon?
Yeah, you've all seen it. You all felt compelled to talk to your bishop afterwards.
No, they didn't do it. Their friends sent them to the bishop to talk about their issues. Just like my friend has been watching PSA'S again. My friend listens to this podcast called The Demons from Outer Space, and I'm really worried about him. So I'm talking about this Mormon So get this. There's this Mormon university, which is I forgot the name, and they produced this like 5-minute, well shot, clearly high production value.
Fantastically shot. It's insane.
It's too good.
I wouldn't say it's like movie good. It's like really good TV. Like
it looks like Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
Like legit, it looks like an episode of Law and Order. The way it's shot so professionally, which only makes it funnier when you find out what the fuck they're talking about.
That's another common thread with both of our PSA'S. Both of them are very well shot.
I think the one I brought was a little bit more. Well, mine was a little bit more like dramatic than yours was. Yours was like a commercial.
Well, mine was a PSA. Yours is more of a thing.
So mine's more like a short film. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's even long enough to be considered. That's the thing. It's like it's too long to be a PSA, but it's too short to be anything else. It's like, it feels like.
I would say. Well, I mean, look at a movie like Punisher: Dirty Laundry. I mean, that was only like 7 minutes.
It feels like this was done by a Mormon university. It feels like something they might show in their classes.
Oh yeah, totally. So it's like an instructional video.
Yeah, pretty much.
For those of you out there who play Fallout 3, like I mentioned earlier, it's like one of those Vault Tech videos, telling you like, hey, the nuclear apocalypse is coming, so buy robots.
Buy robots.
Buy robots to assist in your nuclear apocalypse, and reserve a space in Vault Tech. Wink. It's more along the lines of that. It's more like a short video, and what it is it start. I'm gonna bury the lead on this one, because if you watch the video, I'll provide links to both videos in the description, because you really should see them just for yourself. So if you're a person who doesn't like something to be spoiled by somebody else's interpretation of it, go ahead and watch both of them first, because we're gonna fucking talk the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But if you want like the sexy bury the lead version. Sexy, that's so ironic with what I'm talking about.
Don't look at the title, people. If you can help it, don't look at the title.
Don't look at the title. It'll be so much funnier when you realize what they're talking about and how dramatic the thing is. So it opens with this kid, like all melodramatically, all like crime film noir-like, walking home. It's like this like ghetto-ass neighborhood. He gets into this house, and
his parents are dead.
Well, I think the idea is he's living with roommates, not parents.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. He's living with some people. And he looks all depressed. And there's this narrator telling us how fucked up this kid's life is. So I'm like, oh, he's going to go into this room and shoot up with heroin. And he goes in, and he opens up a laptop, and he just starts watching shit. And then his friend comes home and looks in the door just with, like, the most depressed, like, oh, Johnny kind of face on. And the kid's name isn't Johnny, but that's just my interpretation.
The PSA narrator's like, Johnny's been watching the SOS Podcasting Network. Don't watch the SOS Podcast.
Avoid the SOS Podcasting Network. It is evil. And since it's a Mormon, propaganda video, it's very clear about this is evil and this is good. Our church is awesome, this is bad. There's no gray in between those two things. None whatsoever. It's good and bad. It's a classic melodrama. And
it's like Reefer Madness.
Yeah, exactly. And then you begin to realize what exactly this thing's about. Because at about a minute and a half in, they go, Johnny is addicted to internet pornography. And you're just like, oh, no, they didn't. Are you fucking kidding me? So
basically,
they go through all this melodramatic bullshit.
Basically, the Mormon Church is telling you not to spank the monkey, choke the chicken,
right,
squeeze the lemon.
Right. The whole video is an anti-masturbation propaganda piece. And it's basically just like telling you don't jerk off because it's evil. Come back to, and that's another thing they specify. They're like, Johnny stopped going to church when he started jerking off, and I'm like, really? Did he? I don't know why. Do they have to be mutually exclusive? Like, can't they just be like...
I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people...
I'm pretty sure a lot of churchgoers jerk off.
I'm pretty sure. Like...
I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming.
I'm pretty sure that there are people that go to church that jerk. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know.
We should ask somebody.
We should ask church people. So,
DFOS, live on the streets. I'm walking over the microphone. Hey, are you a Christian? Yes. Do you go to church on Sundays? Yes, I do. Do you jerk off?
No, we just catch a like busload of nuns coming out of their mass. Like, so ladies, do you ever play hide the pickle with yourself?
I'm sorry. What does that mean, my son?
Do you ever do things to yourself sexually?
Oh my goodness. They do the cross and they walk away. May God have mercy on your soul. May Godzilla have mercy on your soul, bitch! Throw the microphone down and walk away.
One of the nuns just happens to be Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like, hey, Whoopi.
Hey, Dylan! You know that guy? Yeah.
That guy, Whoopi Goldberg's a chick.
No. What, that was Whoopi Goldberg. She's going... And the nuns are like, you know that? Do you know that boy? Yeah, we used to hang out. We used to watch Godzilla movies together.
Whoopi Goldberg's
Whoopi Goldberg's a Godzilla fan.
Godzilla 2014, starring Whoopi Goldberg.
Godzilla, stop destroying them buildings! I'm sassy. I'm Whoopi.
What if they just, like, put in a bunch of awesome actresses? Like, oh no, Godzilla's attacking the city. Send in Betty White.
Returning as her character from Lake Placid.
Yes. She's riding a giant crocodile.
To fight Godzilla. Fuck you, asshole! She's riding in with, like, a spear.
She's the Terminator now. No.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun! Oh, yeah, right, yeah, because that's a quote from that movie. Meryl Streep fights Godzilla.
Meryl Streep versus Godzilla. Clearly, here...
I'm going to beat you up with my Oscars. Wait, is Meryl Streep British?
I don't know. Yeah, but in order to throw out the customary South Park reference, Barbra Streisand versus Godzilla.
That happened already.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, well, it happened in South Park.
She doesn't fight Godzilla.
Oh, doesn't she?
No.
Oh, all right.
No.
Never mind. I want that to be a thing now.
Yeah, Mecha Streisand needs to fight Godzilla. It'll be better than Tokyo SOS. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I noticed it the last time I watched Tokyo SOS, which was not that long ago. In the middle of the fight, there's this one part where I swear to God, it looks like Godzilla and Kiryu are like dancing the tango.
What? I don't remember this.
I don't know. I'd have to point it out to you specifically because I'm pretty sure it's just something that my crazy brain came up with. But I'm sitting there watching them, and I'm just...
You were watching it stoned beyond belief.
There's this one scene where they're behind, I think it's like the Diet building, and they're like grappling, so they've got their arms around each other, you know, like wrestling around, but they're just sort of like walking backwards and forth. I'm sitting there in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, dun, 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 dun. And then all of a sudden they switch arms, and I'm like, da, 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 da.
Swing your partner round and round, square dancing. Godzilla can square dance, right?
Godzilla can fly.
Right, true. So he can do anything he wants. Godzilla isn't limited by your prejudice.
Aren't we talking about jacking off?
Yeah, right. Aren't they the same thing? No.
To go back, if you own the Godzilla fleshlight, only $9.99.
If you own the Godzilla fleshlight, now available from the SOSmerchtable.com, that's not a thing. It will be, though, and we'll sell many Godzilla fleshlights.
For 5 easy payments of $99.99.
5 easy payments. You have to pay off the fleshlight. Well, it's got a space heater in it, so...
Yeah, I mean, you know,
you gotta pay off the space heater.
It is luxurious.
It comes with special liquids.
Okay. Other products coming soon. The Titanosaurus bidet. The
the Anguirus basketball. Don't use with children.
The Mothra fly swatter.
That one's really ironic.
Yeah, no, and it just came from the fact that her wings have like the perfect surface area to turn into a fly swatter.
The Gabara jumper cables.
The Rodan skillet. for frying eggs.
And let's not forget the best one of all, the Gigan claws.
Order now and you'll get a free package of Stay Puft marshmallows.
And King Kong candies, or King Cock candies.
The Gahara hairbrush.
The Gamera Frisbee.
Gamera Frisbee.
It's got little jets in it, so it won't return to you, but it'll fly away and go save the world.
The Mecha Godzilla vibrator.
Oh my!
Oh my!
It's the companion piece to the Godzilla fleshlight.
Indeed, it is. Indeed.
And for extra pleasure, the King Ghidorah vibrator.
Oh my!
3 heads are better than 1.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to jerking off, or not jerking off, as this Mormon propaganda piece suggests. So, Dylan, why do we bring this up? What's so fucked up about this little piece of propaganda? It's not simply the anti-jerking off message. I mean, it's the Mormon Church. Of course, they're going to push that very misguiding bullshit message. But
that's neither here nor there.
Right, whatever. I mean, we expect that kind of idiocy from them. But, Dylan, what's the one thing you would never expect masturbation to be compared to? Real life war.
This is some saving.
Actually going on the battlefield with a gun, with a rifle, and shooting some Nazis.
This is some Saving Private Ryan shit.
Yeah, no, it's more. Yeah, it's exactly like that. They're breaching the fucking beaches of Normandy, shooting Nazis. Vin Diesel's there randomly. He dies in the movie, right? He died in that movie at some point.
Yeah. This is the one point of it where it actually ceases just looking like good TV and almost looks good enough to be a movie. Like, they really threw it...
No, are you crazy? The war part looks terrible.
Really? I thought it looked fine.
I mean, it looks gritty enough, but, I was watching a fan film that a friend of mine's brother made for The Last of Us, and it's really good. But, it's fan film production quality, and for that, it's incredible. It's amazing. That being said, especially the stuff that's meant to look gritty, really old, like the dirt and the blood, it looks kind of new.
Hmm.
You ever notice in an amateur film, when they put dirt on somebody's face, it doesn't look like it belongs there?
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Hmm.
That's what this looks like. It looks like nothing belongs there, you know what I mean? It all looks very alien.
I didn't notice that.
So you would think this is a Scientology PSA. Boom, psh. We need that soundboard that I have now.
Right, but
I forgot to pull it out.
We'd have to keep the app at the ready.
Yeah, that's too much. Maybe we'll break it out a little later and talk about the new Demons from Outer Space soundboard. Coming soon to the sons of Sarazawa.merchtable.com.
Because that is so a thing.
That's so a thing. It's going to be a thing all over your face, neck, and chest. Anyway.
Oh my.
Oh my.
We have a meter for that.
Yes, we do. The Charlton Heston groaning meter. Ah! That's a new one. It depends on how long he groans. The longer he groans, the better it is. So, Godzilla 98, but Godzilla 2014,
For all of you aspiring fanboyologists out there, it is important to know that when measuring fangasms, Charlton Heston groans can be easily converted to jizz scale meters.
They are both available on the iPhone conversion table app as the Charlton Heston groaning meter and the jizzometer.
Exactly.
Or otherwise known as the jizz scale.
It's very easily converted.
And the amount of Charlton Heston's vocalizations can be easily compared to the amount of human ejaculate coming from your penis.
Also, simple law of physics. When watching Pacific Rim, it turns out that the amount of jizz is directly proportional to the category of the kaiju in question.
Exactly, as well as the Charlton Heston groan, in which he goes, ah!
It's fascinating stuff. It is.
That's like an 8. That's like an 8 on the jizz scale.
It is fascinating stuff, everybody.
It's pretty interesting. Mathematicians everywhere working on different variations on both the jizz scale and the Charlton Heston groaning meter.
I think we've just invented a new social science.
We may have. So Dylan, this piece of propaganda is fucked up. You can't realistically compare the war against masturbation to jerking off. Wait, hang on. That was fucked. The war against masturbation, which apparently is a thing, to the real war on people getting shot.
Yes, the war against masturbation that everybody is fighting so hard.
Go to your local junkyard and collect some rusty pieces of scrap metal and go them and sell them for bail bonds, not bail bonds, war bonds today. Get your daddy out of prison and then support the American cause on the Nazi frontier.
Get your anti-jerking off war bonds today. Only you can prevent jerking off.
Only you can prevent cum. Excess amounts of cum will be burned.
It's pretty matter of fact there, Smokey.
That's not really smoky. They'll be like, only you can prevent penis ejaculate.
Whoa, Smokey.
The fact that Smokey just said that. Holy shit. What? I'm just telling it like it is. People out there are coming and getting it all over my fur, and it's fucking disgusting. Smokey, that is too much information. No! Damn it, I'm gonna tell my story!
I like how it's not just one or two people, it's people everywhere.
People come from far and wide to come on Smokey's fur.
I know I do.
And people say this show is crude. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Crude? Us?
Never.
Crude? Us? Is this one of your Earth tricks?
Oh my god. I believe in Earth culture, they walk up these things called stairs. Awkwardly walk up the stairs. So my piece of propaganda is fucked, and apparently... No, and what I love about the one that I brought is, like, it's not just about not jerking off. It's also about if you see someone jerking off, report them to your local bishop.
Yes.
Not to the parents, not to some actual authority figure, to the fucking bishop.
Because he is the authority on masturbation.
He's probably never even touched his penis.
I'm surprised this isn't like a Catholic thing. Like if this was a Catholic PSA, it would make sense. It would be like, if you see a boy touching himself, send him to me.
God damn it, Dylan. Oh, that was an old school joke. That was like a 5 years ago joke. That would have been reverential 5 years ago.
It's still going on.
Well, I mean, of course, but now it's yeah, that's a thing. That's an established thing now. 5 years ago, that was edgy.
Everybody knows about that red hot Catholic love.
Oh yeah, man and boy takes on a whole new meaning.
Getting altar boyed is now a common expression.
Yeah, indeed. Had the priest knock up the nun. Dressed her up like an altar boy. Ooh.
Ooh.
Snap! Alright, Dylan, so mine's fucked. It makes no goddamn sense. But definitely watch it. For the love of God, watch it and just see the outright idiocy of this fucking piece of propaganda. You've got to experience it.
You will not regret it.
You've got to learn what, as the piece of propaganda itself says, you've got to know what the enemy is doing.
Oh.
The war against masturbation, as I like to call it.
Oh, we know what the enemy's doing.
Oh, we know what the enemy's doing. Smooth criminal.
We know what the enemy's doing.
Oh, we know what they up to.
Hell, we are the enemy.
We pretty much are the enemy. We're sitting here just we're Schultz. We're Schultz and Inspector Klink in this situation. They're not intense Nazis, but they're Nazis still. You know what I mean?
We know.
We're kind of. I know, I see nothing. He's looking away from Colonel Hogan, jerking off. Look at it, Schultz, look at it. I see nothing. Oh, Colonel Hogan. Oh, God.
I'm just in the...
That's one of the SOS animated adventures.
I'm just in the corner randomly saying, "Good evening, Fraulein."
But you're talking to yourself because there's no women in Hogan's Heroes.
There's no women in Hogan's Heroes. I'm talking to the imaginary women that I've conjured up.
Conjured up.
Good evening, Fraulein.
Sorry, we're closed. Oh, I think I may have I forget the line.
You sounded Asian.
He kind of sounds Asian, though.
I might have a...
I may have a opportunity for you. This episode is so racist.
At least it's not the Speed Racer kind of Asian where it's like, I may have an opportunity for you.
Oh dear. So that's my propaganda piece that I brought to this week's episode of the Demons from Outer Space. Dylan, what did you bring?
I brought, thanks to Andres Perez again, I brought...
Kaiju Noir, fellow SOS member. Been on the show before. He's been on the show.
I was introduced to this little PSA that apparently has also been making rounds around the internet, but I had never heard of it until he showed it to me. That is from Australia.
So you know it's going to be good.
And it's one of those stay-in-school PSAs, okay? You know, everybody wants their kids to you know, stay in drugs and go to school. Stay in drugs. Stay in drugs and take school. I mean, whatever.
We're not going to split hairs here at the Demons of Outer Space.
Anyway, but this, I think this ad, I mean, maybe you can agree with me, Bill, or disagree. I think this ad may take it a tad too far.
I think that may be an issue with this particular PSA.
I think they might have jumped the shark just an incy bit.
I think they may have crossed a very fine line.
I mean, I get it. It's Australia. They're edgy apparently. You know, half the population is eaten by dingoes, so you know they're used to the whole life and death sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's weird though because countries around Australia are actually really, really protective of what goes on television. Like New Zealand, Power Rangers is banned from being shown in New Zealand because it has violence in it.
I know, right? It's weird. But anyway, okay. So I guess I should just... Okay, so the PSA starts with some teenagers. Also in the description.
Right,
also in the description. There's some teenagers, and they're cutting class. High school level, obviously. They're cutting class. They go to the beach. They're...
No, wait, you missed an important part.
I did.
Not only are they cutting class, but you also see... fucking, like, these two exaggerated, like a principal and a teacher, like, shaking their fist at the kids as they drive by. You got away this time, you kids, but we'll get you next time. Next time.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so, anyway, they cut class. They escape the crazy... fucking principal, and they
the school has a gigantic fence.
It does. Are schools in Australia really like this? Is my question.
Are they like a prison? Is our question.
I wish I had an Australian contact that I could call and be like, hey,
let me call Milan.
How are your schools? But anyway, so they're cutting class. They go to this beach, and they're having a relaxing, you know, time at the beach. It looks like sex may happen. And all of a sudden...
Sex is happening.
And then one of the other terms coined by the DFOS. And then all of a sudden...
Can you feel the love tonight?
Well, no, I can't, because of what happened next. Okay, so they're on the beach, and then all of a sudden... One of the kids, I don't remember if it was one of the two girls or one of the two boys. Which one was it first?
Wait, before you spoil it, can I say one thing?
What?
The minute you see them about to go fuck, you know something's going to happen.
Oh, because that never...
Something bad's going to happen.
That never ends well.
You don't know what it is, but that was part of the thing that had me about it. I was like, what? All right, something bad's going to happen. What could it possibly be?
All of a sudden.
And what it is, I did not expect at all. I was expecting a shark attack... Or like
Jason Voorhees,
like a serial killer, or like acid rain, or like a nuclear attack. No,
like
you're not gonna believe what it is.
Like I was really waiting for Jason Voorhees. I was waiting for them to leave the beach and go into the woods and just hear the pop 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 Anyway, so. But they're
well. Then there's this other shot earlier on where you see one of the girls out in the water, and I'm like, oh, she's so gonna get attacked by a shark because it's Australia.
There's all these things in your mind, like what could be going wrong? You know, jellyfish, those big fucking crabs. But
Godzilla attack.
Godzilla attack.
That's what I was, because I knew Andre sent it to you. So I'm like, oh, maybe a giant robot's gonna attack or a kaiju.
Wait, no, it wouldn't be Godzilla. It would be Zilla. No, Final Wars reference. Anyway.
Aha.
But
Geek card reinstated.
Why was it uninstated?
Because I don't like you, Dylan. No, I'm kidding.
Well, fuck you too.
Fuck you. Anyway, go ahead.
So about July. Anyway,
All right, right, Dylan, bring us to the big major reveal. Bring us to the penultimate chapter of this incredible PSA.
I've been trying to.
I'm sorry. You see, I'm making it sexier, dude. I'm like shark attack, all that shit. Anyway, let's fucking get it there.
All right then. So they're on the beach, and then all of a sudden, one of these lovely children. I think it's one of the females first, isn't it, or is it one of the males?
Fuck yeah.
It's one of them. One of the teenagers suddenly explodes.
Just randomly explodes into a bloody mess.
And you don't know what this is. You don't know if this is like spontaneous combustion or what. Suddenly all the kids start exploding, and then there's only one girl left, and
she's covered in blood.
There's this like cinematic moment where it all goes into slow motion, and she looks down and sees one of her dead comrades' arms lying on the ground, and then she yells in agony right before she too explodes.
But here's the beautiful thing about the ending. They do like this pan out, they go away from her screaming on the beach, and then they pan out to the fence, and it's this fucking sign that says, explosive testing area, do not enter. What? How the fuck didn't they see that?
So basically what had happened is these kids had cut class and wandered onto an active minefield.
In Australia! Apparently, there are active minefields in Australia, and they're on beaches.
Apparently so. And so
Well, hang on, what's beautiful about the last shot is that it's just, you don't see the final girl explode. You just see this fucking mushroom cloud of sand kick up in the distance as she explodes.
Yeah. The way it's filmed, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember when I was in high school, there was a PSA that was big on the internet because it got a lot of people talking, where these teenagers are like driving, and then they're texting, and all of a sudden they get into this wreck, and it's like super graphic, like in how it details the wreck, and like you see like every little like second of them like smashing into shit. Like it really goes into like how
I saw one of those in the 5-hour course when I was taking driving school.
Yeah. It's kind of like one of those, but it's where there's like they're not very PSA'y about it, there's no like narrator, there's no cheesiness, it's just them.
There's no Smokey the Bear coming out and going, "Stop coming on my fur."
No, all of a sudden they all die, and then as it fades to black, it just says, "Stay in school."
Yeah, that's it, and then it says what it's funded by, and that's the whole fucking PSA. So basically, kids, stay in school, or you're going to go onto an active minefield that's within driving distance of your school.
Exactly. That is the big threat that they have for why you should stay in school.
Is an active minefield.
Like I would understand if they were like kidnapped by a serial killer or something.
Right. That would be one thing.
They wandered into a minefield.
It's so insanely over the top to the point where the meaning is lost. Like, there's no meaning to be derived from, because A, it's so fucking graphic. These kids just fucking explode.
Oh, they are gone.
They're gone.
I don't think they made it. I was pulling for them. I don't think they made it.
Right. I was rooting for them, and then they just disappeared. There's no way. And also, the other thing is, you're so in shock at what happened that you don't even care. They're supposed to stand, so you're like, holy fuck, I'm going home and killing myself because one day I might wander onto an active minefield and just explode.
It's like, again, I understand the message. You want your kids to stay in school. Very important. Very important for them and for society at large. I get it. But a minefield?
An active minefield. And not even an abandoned minefield. It was an active testing minefield.
A minefield.
Run by the Australian government. You can't trust these fucking Australians, dude. They're going to put active minefields within walking distance of your kids' schools.
A minefield.
A minefield. Did
you think this PSA would work? Did you think that one day a teenager would be like, hey, we should cut class, and his friend would be like, whoa, man, we shouldn't do that, because we might wander onto an active minefield.
We might blow up and get covered in each other's blood. Like, it's so implausible that you're not afraid of it. You're just like, What the fuck?
I mean, I would take anything over the minefield. I would take them getting killed by a sand shark before I accept the fact that they just wandered onto a minefield.
I would take one of them getting water poisoning rather than fucking wandering onto an active minefield.
I would take, a stray bullet that somebody miles away shot into the air and then it just happened to land on their head.
You know what, Dylan? I'm going to actually do the research. I'm going to look up the most obscure way to die. Hang on.
What are the statistics of people wandering onto minefields?
I don't know, because the statistics for shark attacks is like 4 people a year.
Which is even less than lightning strikes, isn't it?
Yep. More people get struck by lightning than attacked by sharks. And I've heard stories of people almost getting struck by lightning, but avoiding it. So you know that's low odds.
How do you almost get struck by lightning, though? Do you just step out of the way?
Oh, you want me to tell you? Have I ever never told you this story?
No.
All right, so this isn't an event that happened to me. This happened to one of my science teachers in high school. I had this earth science teacher freshman year who was fucking awesome. He was a great teacher. He was very, very funny. He was very, very relatable. Just he was the quintessential teacher.
Unfortunately, he wandered into a minefield.
Unfortunately, he cut school one day and wandered into an active minefield. Yeah, that happened. So yeah, he was a great teacher, and he would always tell us these stories that would relate to whatever he was teaching. And he was an earth science teacher, so he told a lot of stories about like tornadoes and space and shit. And because he was an astronaut too on the side. No, so one day he tells us this because he was a golfer too. He was also my golf coach in high school. Because I was on the golf team for a year.
Wow. If I said to you, guess which country has the most landmines, what would you think? What country would come to mind?
North Korea.
No, they're not even on the list. I'm looking at the top 10 right now. I would be thinking, like
Uganda, like fucking the Congo regions.
A lot of them are like African nations. A lot of them are those war-torn Asian nations, and then a couple are the ones you'd expect, like Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right.
But apparently, the country that has the highest number of minefields, coming in at 23 million minefields, or mines specifically, is Egypt.
That kind of makes sense. They had that big revolt a couple years ago.
Yeah, but 23 million mines?
That's a lot of mines. I'm not going to say it's not, but, I mean, that's a lot of mines, but...
I'm not going to say that there's no strife.
I mean, if you were to say, Canada, I would have been shocked, but, no, you're like, Egypt, all right.
No, but, I mean, I'm not going to say there's not strife in Egypt, but I don't see the reason why they would have 23 million mines.
I don't see why any country would have 23 million active mines. That's more than every person who lives in Manhattan.
Egypt's going to destroy Manhattan with landmines.
That's more than everybody who lives in New York City. All 5 boroughs. So, yeah. The fuck, Egypt.
I mean, anyway, you look at the others on the list, and they're ones that you would expect. Somalia.
Right. Somalia, fucking Uganda.
Some big long one that starts with an M that I've never heard of.
Is Cambodia on there?
Cambodia is. It is number... Oh, Kuwait's on here. Cambodia is number 6.
20 years ago, Vietnam would have been on that list.
Again, Iraq is on here, Afghanistan, Iran,
Pakistan.
Places you would expect, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, Egypt?
Right?
To guard their mummy?
And Egypt is not only is Egypt on the list, but number 1.
Oh, number 1. I can see it being on the list.
Right, because, they've had problems these past years, but not only is it number 1, not only is it on the list, it's fucking number 1. It's above these countries we are at war with.
And the best part is, all the other countries on the list, they show, pictures of the people, or, the soldiers or something. You get to the picture of Egypt, it's a camel.
To stop our deadly enemy, the camel, from taking over Egypt, we've installed 23 million landmines across the country to stop these dastardly creatures.
My God, the camels, they become self-aware.
In New Hampshire, it's moose, and in Egypt, it's camels. Hang on.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about moose and camels being dictators.
Oh, yes. Monday night conversation.
Just to say it. is just like, I just feel depressed now.
And what led us to this conversation? Landmines.
Oh my god. So Dylan, we're back. So yeah, camels and moose, they're dictators, man.
They're gonna take over the world.
They're gonna conquer the globe. So does that mean we should give Moosla like a camel arch enemy? Like Godzilla's got King Ghidorah. Moosla can have like a camel. Like Humpus would be his name.
Yeah, well, we'll come up with a good name for him, but yeah, we could...
What, you don't like Humpus?
No, I don't like Humpus, believe it or not, but yeah, we could give him...
Humpus the Terrible.
We could give him a camel adversary. I had also thought, in the Godzilla universe, you have the Kamacuras that are not really good for much, but they sort of travel in packs, and they're just sort of like...
Travel in packs.
They're just sort of like... They're just sort of like...
They're pack animals.
They're the cannon fodder of the Godzilla universe.
They're the wolves of Lagos Island. Oh, not Lagos. Salgal Island.
If it was a video game, they would be the ones you fight before you get to the boss. Well...
Right, they're the Venatosaurs of Salgal Island.
Exactly. I was thinking in the Moosla universe, there should be a pack of giant wolves.
Yeah, that could work. I think there might be something a little more creative than wolves.
What else are you going to have traveling in a pack?
Sasquatches. They're pack animals, right?
You can't have a moose and a polar bear and not touch on wolves.
Why?
Because, I don't know.
Godzilla fought a giant wolf.
That's not canon.
Alright, whatever. Alright, I can dig it. We could call him, like, the Wolfmeister.
Wolfmeister.
Wolfmeister Brown. He's a fly kaiju.
It could work.
It could work. Lightning strike. Boom. I'd pay to see it. Dude, you need to draw it. Moosla fighting the Wolfmeister. The Wolfenmeister.
The Wolfmeister.
We make it German.
The Wolfmeister and Humpus.
He's... I love that name. Fuck you. Humpus is my name for the camel kaiju.
It's a terrible.
Whose power is he can toss landmines.
We need a better.
Or he has an immunity to landmines.
I'm sorry, Bill, but we need a better name for Humpus. There's gonna.
No.
There's gonna come a time when you're gonna look back and regret the name Humpus. It's gonna be like Warka.
Oh god. I've never regretted the Warka.
You have so. That was a terrible idea.
Maybe, but that being said, I mean, Orkinus is a better name. Although there might be some names that could come from that name as well.
We need to see. We should try to make something out of the word pachyderm.
What?
Because camels are pachyderms. I don't know.
Pachyderm Humpus.
Pachyderm Humpus.
Damn you, Dylan! I want Humpus.
Now you're just being silly.
Have you listened to the show? What am I always?
That is such a strange sentence. Damn it, Dylan! I want Humpus.
It's one letter away from being damn it, Dylan! I want hummus. And who would ever say that?
Who likes hummus? Anybody in the audience like hummus? I've never even tried hummus.
I've never seen hummus in person.
Really, there's a place in my town that sells hummus. In fact, it's called House of Hummus.
Have you ever seen You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
No.
It's a shitty movie, but there's one... It's one of those movies that Adam Sandler made that he'd love to forget he made. But there's this one scene that always makes me laugh, where you've got all these conservative white businessmen sitting in this conference room talking about the local Middle Eastern population and how hummus is really popular.
Hummus was really popular amongst high schoolers in my area. For some reason, they would go to House of Hummus because they could eat hummus, and
that's fucking weird.
they would go to House of Hummus and eat hummus and smoke hookah.
All right, that makes slightly more sense now. Anyway, so fucking one of them goes, "What is hummus? I've been wondering." Sir, it's this weird diarrhea-like substance that's actually quite delicious. And I don't know why, but that always makes me laugh. It's the same kind of crude humor you can expect from the Demons from Outer Space.
It's this diarrhea substance.
It's this weird diarrhea substance.
And I'm like, oh, Bill, how highbrow of you.
Right?
Top drawer. Top drawer.
Top drawer. Top shelf, even. So Humpus. Humpus and Wolfenmeister. Those are the two new kaiju from the Sons of Sarazawa, or the Demons from Outer Space. Copyright.
So that was our segment about PSA'S.
I hope you enjoyed. We had fun talking about it because we came up with two kaiju out of it: Wolfenmeister and Humpus.
Weird. What was the title for that segment?
I don't know.
Landmines and jerking off.
Oh, Landmines. Before the show, Dylan aptly named our PSA segment Landmines and Jerking Off. Or as I like to call it, Friday nights.
Oh my.
Oh my.
It's just too bad we're recording on a Monday.
Oh yeah, that's different. We're recording on a different night this week because I got plans on Thursday. Good plans. With a member
it involves
of the opposite gender.
It involves Humpus.
Well, we don't know. We'll see. Damn it, Dylan, I want that to be the name of the monster. Moosla versus Humpus. Nah, it's a pretty stupid name.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
Alright, Pachyderm-la will be his name.
Pachyderm-la.
Pachydermis. That's it. Pachydermis. That's good, right?
It's better than Humpus.
Can I nickname him Humpus?
Sure, Bill.
Alright, cool.
You can nickname him Humpus.
In the private circles of Bill Worcester, he will be referred to as Humpus.
He's the kaiju formerly known as Humpus.
The kaiju formerly known as Humpus was seen today humping. Dry humping like a building.
The kaiju formerly known as Humpus was seen hanging out with the artist formerly known as Prince.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just Prince now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went back.
Pretty sure he's just called Prince now.
It's weird.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
It's like Snoop Dogg. Have you heard of his name changes?
No.
He changed into a reggae artist for a short time. He did a reggae album and started referring to himself as Snoop Lion. But more recently than that, he announced that he was going to be doing a funk album. And
oh, great!
And the new title with which to reference him is Snoopzilla.
Toho is gonna sue his shit. They're gonna sue his shit right the fuck up.
Yeah, you can't use the suffix Zilla without paying Toho money.
Unless they did pay him. Like I know Bridezilla's has to have paid them something, right? It had to happen.
I'm assuming so.
I'm gonna look this up. Did Bridezilla's have to pay Toho?
Yeah, Snoopzilla. That's his name.
I think we've talked about this on the show before.
Have we?
Yeah, I think so, but we never found out. Does Bridezilla's pay Toho?
Oh my God, Bill! I found the best poster for Snoopzilla.
Oh no!
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
All right, send it.
It's loading.
Oh God! I found the answer.
What is it?
Zilla is an English slang suffix, a back formation derived from the English name of the Japanese movie monster Godzilla. It is popular for the names of software and websites. It is also found often in popular culture to imply some form of excess, denoting the monster-like qualities of Godzilla. The trend has been observed since the popularization of the Mozilla project, which itself included the internet relay chat client Chatzilla, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. The use of the suffix was contested by Toho, owners of the trademark Godzilla, in a lawsuit against the website Davezilla, and also against Sears for their mark Bagzilla. Toho has since trademarked the word Zilla and retroactively used it as an official name for the Godzilla in name only from the 1998 Roland Emmerich film.
So where's the part about the brides?
Let's see. I'm gonna tell you. Bridezilla is a reality show which airs on the WE Women's Network. But do they pay Toho?
Doesn't say, does it?
It didn't say there. Godzilla in popular culture. Entertainment!
Bum, bum, bum.
Film and television. Batman meets Godzilla. I don't know why the fuck that's there.
I want to know who Snoop Dogg has on his staff that hears him say things like, I'm going to change my name to Snoop Lion, or I'm going to change my name to Snoopzilla, and nods at him and says, yes, that is a good idea. It's probably the same people that George Lucas had in his inner circle.
I can't figure it out. Yeah, they're not telling me if they have to pay.
Bridezillas has beaten you.
I've been defeated by Bridezillas. I'm sorry to my loyal fan, all 1,200 of my loyal fan base. All right, let's see what this poster is. Oh, that's beautiful. Your favorite fire-spitting rapper like you've never seen him before. Snoopzilla 2013. The legend is reborn.
For people at home, because we know Bill doesn't put pictures in videos, they took the poster.
Not in podcasts.
They took the poster for Godzilla 1985, or 4, depending. Either one.
Right.
Same poster.
Exactly. It's the 85 version though.
And they photoshopped Snoop Dogg's head onto Godzilla's body.
And they even got the logo right, because the logo's got lava behind it, like the fucking Godzilla poster does.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. He looks so like he looks so like meh. Yeah, I'm doing this. What do you got against me?
Yeah.
Causing destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
My new name's Snoopzilla. Yeah, I said it.
Yep, deal with it. Just live with it.
Right. It ain't nothing but a Gzilla thing.
Yep, exactly. Only we G's can call ourselves Zillas. Don't ever say that. Ever. Unless you want to get your ass kicked by, like, your mom. Just for sounding like a dick.
People with Photoshop everywhere had great fun with this name change of his. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, Dylan, I was trying to tell a story earlier. Oh, what's this one now? He's got a beanie on, too. That's perfect. Anyway, so I was trying to tell a story earlier. Let me finish. So, Earth science teacher, freshman year, golfer.
Wait, Bill. In the words of Kanye West, I'm going to let you finish.
But Snoopzilla has the greatest podcast of all time.
Look at this one that someone did when he changed his name to Snoop Lion.
Oh, no. I love the smile. He's just like, yeah, I did it.
They even painted.
What you gotta say?
They even painted it so it would blend in better with the cartoon.
Right, exactly. And again, he's got the beanie on, so it kind of looks like a mane.
Genius.
Oh, that's amazing.
Genius.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Simba has a little penis.
What?
Look at this picture of Simba. He's got a little penis down there.
Oh, well, I guess it only makes sense.
Look, you can see it.
Disney's done worse.
Well, in the same movie, they put the giant letter "sex" in flowers.
Apparently, it's also.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Apparently, it's also on one of the posters for Tangled. I saw a thing earlier.
Really?
The word "sex."
I'm gonna look this up.
It's spelled in her hair.
Really? I don't believe that. Hang on.
I wonder if it'll pop up if I just type in Tangled sex. I think it popped up earlier when I googled subliminal messages.
Tangled poster sex.
Oh my.
Disney hides sex in Tangled. Where is it?
The image that I saw was perfect because it spelled it out. Ah, I found it.
Oh my god, that is totally it.
It's there.
That's totally it. Yep, I see it. Because it spells it out, yeah. Everybody just Google tangled poster sex. that exact phrasing, and it's there. It's totally that. It's totally that. That cannot be an accident.
I also got it just by typing in tangled sex. It's the first result.
And then everything else is going to give you nightmares.
Yes, don't look lower. It would be like discovering dinosaur porn for the first time. You don't want to...
Oh, that was off recording, too. Fuck. Yeah, Dylan and I discovered the magic of dinosaur porn.
We did indeed. But anyway, you've been trying to tell a story.
Hang on, there's this other one. Of a tangled poster where it's just the hair, and then out of the hair, a little bit, you can see their faces.
Oh,
and they look like they just fucked in that head of hair.
I remember that poster.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
A lot of erotic novels have the word tangled in their title. Who knew?
It's true. It's not an unsexy title. Anyway, so this story I've been trying to tell about my earth science teacher. This is when he was a lad. This is before he was a teacher.
When he was a young warthog.
When he was a young warthog. Very nice. Thanks. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
The SOS production of The Lion King coming soon.
Clearly, David is Mufasa.
Simba, remember
Andres
who you are.
Andres is Simba. Adam is Rafiki. And you and I are Timon and Pumbaa. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Who's Timon and who's Pumbaa?
Well, let's not split hairs here, Dylan. This might make or break our friendship right now, depending on who's Timon and who's Pumbaa. Anyway, so yeah, this story. So my earth science teacher was golfing, right? And he was golfing with like 3 other friends. And they knew it was going to rain, but they figured they could get the round of golf in before the rain started. So they're playing the course, they're golfing, they're shooting along, and they're like, okay, we're going to finish up before the rain starts. But then the rain starts, they're like, all right, whatever, we can still play. There's no thunder or lightning, so we're good. So they keep playing even in the rain. So they're playing. And then all of a sudden, boom, they hear thunder, and they're like, shit. And then do the thing you're supposed to do where you do snaps until the lightning strikes. Because that tells you how far away the thunder is. Or how far away the lightning... Because I think you see the lightning first, and then you snap, and then that's how far away the thunder is. So, they did that, and it wasn't that far away, but it wasn't that close either. It was kind of mid-distance. So they're like, all right, we can still finish. So they keep going, and then, boom, crash! And then it's like right there, and like, all right, we gotta go. So they're walking back to the clubhouse, which is the point, that's like the main hub on a golf course. So they're walking back to the clubhouse, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be fine. We're just towing along with their little baggage carriers. They're like, oh, we're gonna be fine, right, guys? Carrying like 12 assorted lightning rods with them. So they're walking there, and obviously back. I don't know if this was no, it would have been afterwards. But obviously, 40 years ago, they played golf with metal spikes in their shoes. So yeah, not good. Nowadays they make them with rubber spikes. So they're walking. All of a sudden, crash! Lightning strikes in the middle of their fucking group. And they just go flying across the fucking hole where they're playing and where they're walking. And what they do is they dodge into the sand traps, because the sand traps are lower to the ground, and the lightning just keeps coming down and coming down and coming down. And they're just they're hiding from it like they're being fucking bombed by anti-masturbation warriors. And they're hiding in there, and then the lightning passes, and they're like, oh shit, that was close. And, it was so fucked up. They barely didn't get struck by lightning. They also ditched their clubs. They threw their clubs away from them, because they're obviously dangerous to keep around you. And they just hid in these sand traps like they were in trenches, dude. Oh, it was so fucked up. I would have shit myself in fear. So that's the story I've been trying to tell.
Oh. Where they had a close encounter with Livewire from Superman the Animated Series.
Right, either that or Thor. Thor was trying to take him down.
Thor is such an asshole. Remember that?
He is a dick.
Remember that time? Remember that time you messed up my internet? God.
Yeah, Thor fucked up your internet. Thor blew up my modem a couple years ago where I couldn't have any internet access, and that sucked. Imagine that today. My whole life would just fall apart.
Thor has been slowly dismantling the middle class. Thor.
Exactly. Thor
killed Batman's parents.
Thor killed Batman's parents. Thor crashed the economy. You know people always say, thanks, Obama. Fuck that shit. Thanks, Thor.
Thor attacked New Orleans. Thor
created Frankenstein's monster.
Thor is the source of AIDS. Thor. He's the one that fucked.
Thor is the cause of people jerking off. He introduced it to humans back in the day.
Thor invented and
if thou grabs their genitalia here and strokes it so, thou wilt come greatly.
Thor weaponized anthrax.
Thor released smallpox.
Thor genetically engineered the xenomorph race.
Thor was the secret father of Justin Bieber. That's enough. Anyway, so that's my lightning story.
Thor saw the remake of Red Dawn and liked it.
And he was like, who is that young, strapping man in the lead? He could play me in a motion picture one day, verily.
Could.
But that'll never happen.
Thor was like, I've never considered going gay, but...
I'd go gay for myself. Is that gay? If you, suck your own dick? Or is that masturbation?
I guess technically it would be masturbation, wouldn't it?
Well, let's say you go back in time.
I mean, this is the first thing everybody does when they get a time machine, clearly.
Right, when the Doctor stole the TARDIS, the first thing he did was, he went back in time and he did things.
Dude, the Doctor, he could get together with all himself and just have a fucking orgy.
All 12 doctors, or 13 accounting the War Doctor, get together and they just have a giant orgy.
This gigantic orgy.
This great big cacophony of Time Lord cum.
Oh god.
And their dicks are bigger on the inside, so they've got a lot in there, man.
Their dicks are bigger on the inside.
There's a whole world in there.
They make use of the TARDIS's infinite rooms.
Their pants are bigger on the inside, so they can contain these giant, horse cocks.
Indeed.
Or their whole appearance is bigger on the inside, so they could, their dick could look normal size, but when you look at it from a certain angle, it's, 15 feet long.
Well, now that we have all got mental images of Peter Capaldi on her dick, let's go.
Of Peter Davison fucking David Tennant up the ass.
For his daughter.
In front of his daughter. Oh. Wait, his fictitious daughter, or...
Yeah, she's there. She's there too.
Oh, that's even more fucked up.
Susan's in the corner crying.
Oh my god! All the companions are there, just some of us find this hot, others are terrified.
McGann and Eccleston are going at it.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm Docker, I'm Docka. Hartnell and Capaldi are just we're the two old ones, we should do it together. John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton can't figure out who's going to be on top.
The whole time, Hartnell's just sitting in the corner thinking, my God.
No, Hartnell's sitting in the corner quietly masturbating.
These are my replacements.
A gay and a clown.
A gay, another gay, a gay.
A transgender.
Turns out Hartnell was the only...
He points at fucking Matt Smith, he was a transgender. Oi!
Turns out Hartnell was the only straight doctor.
Well, no, again, is that gay or is that masturbation?
I guess technically it is. Well, in the Doctor's case, it's a little iffy because they all have different...
They're all technically different people.
Yeah, they're all technically different. Well, they're not really... It's weird.
It is weird. I mean, obviously it's weird, but
well, I mean, it's more weird than if a regular person would have it.
Well, all right, fine then, Dylan. All right, you're given the opportunity to go back in time. And the Brooklyn Doctor is back on Demon Tomato's face.
Of course he is.
Hey, Dylan, I'm the Brooklyn Doctor. Yo.
Hello, Brooklyn Doctor.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, Brooklyn Doctor.
So, Dylan, you ready for another adventure in my time machine?
Sure.
You sound enthusiastic as always. It just evolves into Walken.
It really does.
All right, fine. Christopher Walken is the Doctor.
Brilliant.
Or no, Dylan, you pick. Skeletor or Christopher Walken is the Doctor?
Walken.
All right. Ho, Dylan, welcome to the TARDIS, where we travel back in time to different periods in time. Last time, when I met you, when I was in a Brooklyn stage...
He's using the word time entirely too much. Welcome to my time machine, where we travel in time. Last time, we...
I'm a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey, where all the other Time Lords come from.
In our language, that means the planet Time. No.
Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be hilarious, but
I was like, that's one thing I don't know about the show.
That would be hilarious.
It just means time or clocks or whatever. It'd be something stupid.
I completely made that up. Nobody take that to the bank.
Gallifrey doesn't mean time in Gallifreyan. I was kidding, Hoovian. I'm sorry for taking the source material seriously. Unlike the Christopher Walken Doctor.
Listen, douchey thing.
That's how Hoovian sound in my mind.
Then are you saying that you sound like that too?
Yes.
Gorzard is...
No, that sounds like hardcore.
Gorzard is swiftly becoming a Hoovian.
He is, man, and quickly.
He's like...
Quickly on the rise.
He's been messaging me all the time, like, I didn't know that Radagast from The Hobbit was the 7th Doctor. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm just...
Has he gone back and watched Classic yet?
No, he's waiting until he finishes all of New Who.
Oh, he hasn't finished it yet?
No, he last night he was watching Journey's End.
Oh, I thought he was in Matt Smith stuff already.
No, he burned through the first 3 seasons really fast, so he must have just gotten busy. But yeah, he's finishing up the Tenet stuff now. Unless today he went on a binge and is like halfway done with Tenet, I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, if he's on Journey's End, he's only got, 3 episodes of Tenet left? I mean, they're all longer, but...
It should be 4. Planet of the Dead is missing from Netflix.
Right, yeah, well, Planet of the Dead is not very impressive.
It's not that great, but, for him seeing it the first time,
it's better than The Waters of Mars, though.
He kind of needs it, for the build-up. They thread the whole...
Right, yeah, he will knock 4 times thing.
Yeah, that's where they introduced that. I told him, I said, you need to torrent that and make sure to watch it before you do Waters of Mars.
Or look up a clip show and avoid the pain.
But...
There are some great lines, though, where the Doctor, like when the Doctor calls the unit, that was cool. That was sweet. So yeah.
We were talking about the villains. I was like, wait until you see Timothy Dalton. He said, Bond is in this?
Rassilon! I will not die!
And I was like, Rassilon? I told him, I said, yeah, Timothy Dalton plays Rassilon. You know who that is? It's the president of the Time Lords.
He leads the Time Lords.
He got very...
And he has this wicked-ass gauntlet on his arm.
He got very excited.
That shoots lasers.
He got very excited. But here's the thing. I wish Netflix was more organized, because he thought that everything up to End of Time was part of Season 4, and I'm like, technically not.
Well, that's what I thought for the longest time, too. Yeah, but it's technically separate, because it came out 2 years later.
Not 2 years, a year. I remember when it was airing. It was 2009, because...
When did the End of Time air?
Christmas of 2009.
So it wasn't 2010. Netflix lied to me.
Yeah, Netflix is weird because it groups all of that in with Season 4 when, in reality, it's more like 4.5.
Ian told me that it used to be separate, movies that they would put on. You would watch all of the Season 4, and then you'd have to look up the particular specials.
I mean, they should have them all on there. First of all, I don't know why Planet of the Dead's missing. I mean, I know it's not that great of an episode, but completionist over.
I think there's some. I believe it or not, I think there's actually some copyright stuff going on with that.
Really? But
because they played it on Sci-Fi Channel recently.
That's strange.
I've never seen it played on BBC America, so I don't know.
I saw it played on BBC America when it aired, but I don't think I've seen it since, actually. Played there.
Yeah.
I've seen it elsewhere. But what was I about to say?
I saw it on YouTube. When? Which do you like the Waters of Mars? I'm not a fan. I don't like the creatures. I find them boring, and I think they're disgusting.
They're kind of boring. The stuff with the Doctor at the end is really the reason to watch it.
Oh, that's amazing, but the rest of it I find very boring. That, and I like the part where it goes, name, rank, and intention. The Doctor, fun.
Yeah, great line. It's got moments.
Well, I mean, listen, David Tennant has never given a bad performance as the Doctor. Never.
To me, one of those specials, and I do lump this in, even though it was the Christmas special from 2008, I still kind of lump it into this group of specials. I don't like the next Doctor that much.
Of all of those, that's probably my favorite up against the End of Time.
Really?
I really like the next Doctor, yeah. Why? What don't you like about it?
I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on.
Dude, the governor from The Walking Dead thinks he's a Time Lord. Or he thinks he's the Doctor. How badass is that?
Well, I haven't watched The Walking Dead, so...
Neither do I, but you at least need to know who the governor is.
Alright then, duly noted.
Challenge accepted.
But, I don't know. It didn't hit me in the right place, I guess. Maybe it was...
I see.
Maybe it was the, because, you gotta realize, when this came on, Christmas Special 2008... Nobody knew who the fuck Matt Smith was. So I thought, this is legit going to be the next Doctor.
Oh, okay. You thought that it was going to be an early crossover.
Yeah, and then it turned out to be him. He was a phony.
Did you know that the End of Time was coming?
I was not aware of that until later when they started to, because again, this was the Christmas special. This was the Christmas special of 2008. It just seemed like
Oh, so it was following.
It was following season 4, yeah. That was the Christmas special of 2008. Planet of the Dead was Easter 2009. Waters of Mars was sometime over the summer, I think. And then End of Time was Christmas 2009.
Right. Christmas time is here. The Doctor's gonna die. Oh, come on. How creepy would that have been if, the Master started singing that?
The Peanuts song. With creepy lyrics.
About death and regeneration. Gonna change your face.
The Master doesn't need to sing creepy nursery rhymes. Those faceless doll things from season 6 need to sing creepy nursery rhymes.
Faceless doll things?
Yeah, from that one episode.
Oh, from Night Terrors?
Yes.
I didn't like that one that much.
But they were creepy.
They were creepy, but there are plenty of creatures in Doctor Who I find creepy that I didn't like their episode.
And they had
I find that fat dude from Love and Monsters creepy, but I hated that episode. I hate him.
I didn't find him creepy. I found him hilarious because he reminds me of Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
That and he's fucking disgusting. He reminded me of the fat guy from Borat.
Every time he absorbed people, I just hear Fat Bastard saying, "I'm gonna eat you," and it's like,
"Get in my belly."
It's perfect. Also, the whole thing.
Might as well said that.
The whole thing at the end where his girlfriend is a piece of concrete, but they.
Oh my god.
Apparently, they still have a sexual relationship.
Sex is happening.
I guess you can say they're both hard.
Oh my.
That was terrible.
It's pretty bad. See, that's all it got on the Charlton Heston groan meter. It was just an It kind of sounds like he just, he farted a little bit, but it wasn't, a giant,
Also, to provide another unit of conversion, it barely got a 1.2 on the oh my.
What about on the jizz? Where'd that rate on the jizz scale?
I'm not sure.
It was a little bit of a trickle. a little bit of pre-cum.
Little trickle, a little drop,
There was a minor leak.
Tiny wet spot on the front of the underpants.
You kind of noticed, oh, what happened there? Oh, a little bit of a trickle.
Oh, yeah, a little leakage going on there.
Do you remember when the second Godzilla trailer got leaked, and we were talking about it on Facebook? And we were talking about how I thought it was kind of suspicious because it was weirdly put together,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turned out to be exactly the trailer that got released a month later.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember how I was like, I'm not crazy about it. Like, the quality really ruined it for me. And you were like, yeah, but I think it's at least worth a trickle on the gist scale.
Yeah.
And at first you posted the fucking image of Randy from South Park with the cum all over him.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Where you're just like, I think it's at least worth a trickle. I died at that. I just thought the vernacular of that was hilarious.
A trickle.
Trickle.
A little trickle.
So what's a 10? A 10 is like face, neck, and chest.
A 10 is that picture of Randy.
Oh, right. So you're just face, neck, and everything else.
It's just an explosion. It's like Mount Vesuvius in your pants.
It's like fucking Pompeii, that new movie that looks like shit.
It's freaking burning Godzilla. It's just everywhere, man.
Meltdown. Just everything is gone, covered in semen. Oh, God.
It's just, which is it in Scary Movie 2 where the dude comes so hard that like she gets knocked up against the wall?
Yeah, and the whole wall gets covered. Ugh.
It looks like the blood coming out of the elevator in The Shining. Like,
right, yeah, exactly.
like it's that thick.
Ew. I love how I find that disgusting, but like, fucking penises being bigger on the inside, no, that's fine. See, but I don't have an image to go along with it, you know what I mean? Like, mine's very abstract. Like, that's an actual image, and that's kind of gross.
He's more grossed out by actual bodily fluids than he is by, like, abstract concepts of bodily fluids.
Exactly. It's true. Well, also, I created that, so it's like I have a distinct... I have an emotional connection to that.
He has an emotional connection to penises that are bigger on the inside.
Yeah, I do. You can put that on a t-shirt. I have an emotional connection to dicks that are bigger on the inside. Bill Worcester.
2014.
DFOS podcast.
February 10th,
On the back of the shirt it says, it's another quote that says, I didn't say it, he did. Dylan the Camless, same date, same time, same location.
The views of Bill Worcester do not necessarily reflect
the views of the demons from outer space. Oh my.
Old school SOS reference.
Yeah, old school SOS reference. We bring it back every now and then, though. Whenever I say something especially heinous.
Like episode 1, especially heinous. What are you going to get hunted down by the SVU now?
They are the members of an elite squad of podcasters.
Is it sad that I can?
These are their stories.
Is it sad that I can recite that thing like word for word exactly?
Do it in the voice of Randy Savage.
No.
Yes, do it.
I'm not going to do it in the voice of Randy Savage.
All right, fine. Then I'll do it in the voice of Skeletor. Oh wait, I don't know verbatim. Fuck.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses.
In the criminal justice system,
sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
Sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories. Bum bum.
What he said.
Bum bum.
And He-Man must die!
In Eternia, the dedicated villains who try to kill He-Man.
The villains of Grayskull work to kill He-Man!
Are known as the He-Man Killing Unit.
These are their stories. Meh.
Meh.
Meh, 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 meh. I'm doing the whole fucking chorus too.
You gotta get really high when you get to the saxophone or whatever it is.
I did the whole SVU theme. I'm so proud.
You did. You committed to that joke.
I did. I went all the way with that. I went balls deep with that.
Went balls deep into some rape.
That was unnecessary.
Went balls deep into some sexually based offenses.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Which are considered especially heinous.
In Eternia. In Eternia!
The dedicated detectives.
The dedicated detectives of the Keyman Killing Unit. HKU, as I call them. Skeletor and the HKU.
Instead of Law and Order, it's Crime and Villainy.
Raping and pillaging. It's really low budget, so Skeletor has to do all the music beats a cappella style.
In Eternia, the secret identity of He-Man is considered especially secret. On Snake Mountain, the dedicated villains who investigate this secret.
Wait, is that what it's called? Snake Mountain?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they lived in Castle Grayskull.
No, that's where He-Man gets his powers from.
What is Castle Grayskull?
Castle Grayskull?
Is it an actual castle?
Yes.
Do you have to cross a rainbow bridge to get there?
No, but there is a bridge.
What is it? Is it the bridge to Terabithia? What is it?
No, it's just like a drawbridge.
That's lame.
But
it's not like magical or whatever, some magical bullshit.
Well, the thing about the castle, though, is that it's surrounded by this chasm that it's bottomless. It's surrounded by a bottomless abyss.
It's surrounded by the nothing! From the Lego movie. Did you see the Lego movie?
No, I did not.
Oh, dude, do yourself a favor. Go check it out.
I'm not going to pay to go watch Legos on the big screen.
Oh, you should, though, dude. It's amazing. It's almost as good as Toy Story 3.
And their merchandising.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm back. Trial, part 2. Meh.
Wonderful.
The
prosecutor is evil then.
No, the prosecutor is the king. He-Man's the defendant and Skeletor is the lawyer. Your Honor, today I bring this man before you, He-Man.
All of a sudden,
fittingly.
No, what if all of a sudden, because he's dressed like a lawyer, all of a sudden Skeletor takes on this like Southern lawyer voice?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Your Honor,
I bring before
Your Honor, I may be a simple country skeleton.
Who has the body of a demon, and of a gargoyle, if you will, of a creature of the night. But I know when a man is a he, and He-Man ain't no He-Man.
I'm just a simple country...
Skeletor, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just a simple...
I'm talking about killing He-Man!
I'm just a simple country skeleton with amazing abs and the libido of a Tyrannosaurus.
Couple of red-cast faggots in this helicopter. This stuff will turn you into a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaur.
I love that line so much.
It's an incredible line. Oh, an incredible line.
What do you call them? Slack-jawed?
couple of rank-ass faggots in this helicopter. This stuff will turn you into a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaur.
Like me.
Just like me. Scrap this on your sore-ass Blaine. And then there's the laugh. I can quote that movie line by line.
Oh, I love that whole sequence. It's why to this day, Long Tall Sally is one of my favorite songs.
Baby! Yeah, baby! Did you like its use in Predators, or did you find it forced?
I didn't find it forced. I just thought it was a nice little nod, you know.
I dug it. I thought the movie didn't deserve it, but...
Yeah, no, you hate Predators, don't you?
I don't hate it. It annoys me. Because it's too similar to Predator.
Yeah.
And all the developments they make to the universe are just too small for me to consider it anything more than like a nice tribute, you know what I mean? It suffers from some of the same problems as Superman Returns, in my opinion.
I agree with all that. It's just that those problems didn't bother me as much. And I love the reveal when Topher Grace turns out to be a serial killer.
That was great, but I felt like it was kind of wasted, because then he dies like 2 seconds later.
But I mean, and they sort of, and the best part is, and I didn't realize this until you watch it, they sort of thread that throughout, because everybody else on the planet is like these like badass mercenaries.
Oh, it's really cool. It's a really good idea.
And everybody's like, why did they bring this guy? And then you find out, oh, he's a serial killer.
And he's a psychopath because he steals that guy's photo and is like, I have kids. And the Predator's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even give half a fuck. I'm just gonna shoot you in the face.
Bitch,
I mean, what I did like about it is that they didn't kill him until he got the scalpel out.
Yeah.
That was what made sense to me, but I thought it was a wasted idea.
It was a nice little turn. I did not see it coming, which is impressive.
Shockingly, the one thing about the movie that you would think wouldn't work is Adrian Brody as an Arnold Schwarzenegger villain.
Yeah.
And he's actually really good at it. I thought he was really good.
It's so rare that a movie these days manages to throw in a twist that I don't see coming from a mile away.
Right, exactly. Definitely. The problem is I kind of read the script before I saw the movie.
Well, yeah.
So I knew about it.
That would be a problem then, yeah.
I didn't read it. I read more of an outline. It was an exaggerated outline, so I knew a lot. Because a couple of years ago, I was obsessed with Aliens and Predators.
How do you kind of read it?
I didn't read the whole thing. I skimmed it. I read the major things, which was Topher Grace is going to play a serial killer, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's cool. And then I was disappointed because it didn't come up until like halfway through the movie.
Also,
See, I've always said that I want to see a comic book series where the Predator hunts all of the classic slasher villains.
Also,
like Michael Myers and Leatherface and Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger.
Also, that fight at the end between the classic Predator and the new Predator.
Oh, that was cool. How do you feel about the new Predator designs? The Berserker Predators, as they're called.
I thought they were fine.
I liked them a lot too. A lot of people hated them. I thought they were an interesting change. If you read Predator, here's the thing: if you're not a big Predator fan, it's a little jarring. But those Predators have been introduced before.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's a complete redesign either. They're different. They're a different type of Predator. You know. It's like,
well, that and with the masks on, they look just like classic. I mean, they're bigger and they're red, but
it's like the parallel that what's his name draws. It's like the difference between a dog and a wolf.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, here's my question. I think we talked about this once. We've talked about Predator Tech on the show before. What do you think? Because the whole thing they say is that the Predators are a hunting society.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that just like in our society where we have hunters and woodsmen, is there like a wealthy, like clean cut Predator, or do you think they're an entirely warrior class like hunting society?
Well, we don't have any evidence for like upper class predators other than like the tribal leaders, so I have to assume that they're a very barbaric.
Yeah, where's a cape?
Yeah.
Capes are the designation of... Yeah, but they could just be like a military commander. I mean like the president of the Predators.
There's no evidence to support that, so I would have to go with no.
Well, I'm going to pull this from a crappy movie, but we'll use it as evidence only because it's canon. Look at AVPR.
Mm-hmm. The
opening of that movie is the only time you ever see the Predator's homeworld on film.
Oh, let me just say right now, even though I despise this movie, best part of the movie.
The first 15 minutes of the movie are pretty awesome.
Worth the price of admission right there.
And that Predator is awesome, too.
He is really awesome throughout the entire movie.
The problem is the human cast sucks a bag of dicks.
Also, they ruin the whole hybrid thing. The design is very good, but then they go with the whole pregnant thing.
Yeah, that wasn't what it was originally. It was the pred alien would stab you with its tail and implant you with it.
It's a better idea.
I mean, it's more visually shocking than, I'm going to shove my fucking face on your face and get you pregnant. They cut a scene out of the movie that would have been awesome, where the pred alien has a little bit more of the Predator in it than they let on, where it skins the Predators that it kills.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it was shot, it got cut, but I think that would have been awesome.
Here's my new question. Are we supposed to assume now that Predators reproduce with their mouths?
I hope not, because that's fucking weird, though it would make sense. Danny Glover calling him Pussyface.
But where else would that DNA have come from?
I don't know, dude. I mean, at the same time, the fucking alien, the fucking pred alien is turning a woman's babies into aliens.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where the fuck the Predators do that.
I don't know. We really need the ins and outs of Predator sex.
And wouldn't the pred alien give birth to more pred aliens? Why are they just regular aliens?
That's also a good question.
I mean, if that's possible, great, but that's not implied.
Because isn't the whole purpose of the aliens taking the DNA of their host, isn't the whole purpose for that so that they can adapt to other environments?
Right, because when a xenomorph gets human DNA and they infect another human, it comes out like another human xenomorph. So, well, here's the other thing. There's no precedent for the xenomorphs reproducing themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's another weird thing. So we don't really know.
Well, basically, yeah, the xenomorphs, they find a host, they inject their DNA, and then the host basically acts as the other parent. It's a strange idea for a human, obviously.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a franchise that really needs to be rebooted, or at least like do a sequel to it that doesn't make any reference to the first two at all. Although the first one's not terrible. First one's fun at least. The second one's just fucking stupid.
But yeah, since there's no evidence or strong evidence to suggest a higher class of predators, other than the fact that we know.
Well, my point was that predator from AVPR, whose name is Wolf, is seen as some kind of leader.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they have a hierarchy. I just don't know if.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
I just don't know if there's such a thing as like predator politics.
I mean, that's the thing that we don't know, because there's tribal. Well, here's my question: we know there's different tribes. Maybe each tribe has a different social order.
Could be. Also, everybody's like, well, how are they so advanced? My thing has always been, I think the predators assimilate technology from other cultures.
Yeah, I think that as well. Here's the other thing, though. My other question: whenever they hunt, they only hunt for sport and honor. So, what else are they doing in the meantime? Because that's a hobby, essentially, right?
What do the predators eat?
They show that.
They do?
In Predator 2.
Oh yeah, what did he eat?
He steals the beef.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so they eat meat. So some of their hunting has to be going into food. I mean,
right. Yeah. Well, I think it's the same thing. Well, I think the other. I have no idea, Dylan. I have no idea.
Unless the predators farm their food meat.
Did you like the scene in Predator 2 where the Predator gets really hurt and breaks into that apartment complex and starts using the apartment to make the stuff he needs to heal himself? I really like that scene.
I think it demonstrates that the Predators are sort of like interstellar commandos. Like they have intense like survival training.
I want to see them in a full-fledged war. Fuck the hunting thing. Let's see them in a war.
Let's see the Predators.
They would kick so much ass.
Let's see the Predators in a all-out war with some other sci-fi race.
Well, they're not space jockeys anymore. The things from Prometheus would be cool.
Yeah, I mean...
Though the things from Prometheus would probably kick their asses because they have intense knowledge of genetic warfare.
Right,
clearly.
Which is obvious.
Or genetic engineering.
Which is obviously why the xenomorphs come about. That species could not have come about for any reason other than to be for warfare.
Right. Well, depending on how you look at Prometheus, it's kind of an accident.
You know what else? You know another sci-fi like movie monster that like would make sense if it was supposed to be a biological weapon?
What?
The Thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
What if the Thing was in the same universe? That would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be incredible. But I've read fan fiction, admittedly, but it's been published in actual sci-fi magazines that says that the Thing is a cognitive creature and knows what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really a weapon as much as it is an entity. I think it's more of that's their race. They conquer by infecting. You know what I mean? It kind of comes off as a weapon, though.
Well, just because it's sentient now doesn't mean that it couldn't have started off as a weapon.
It could be like the Moment from Doctor Who.
It could be like the Terminators, man.
Oh shit!
The Thing became self-aware.
Well, I think the Moment is a little bit more of a better comparison because it's actually got a conscience. The Terminators don't have a conscience.
No, but they became self-aware.
Fair enough, but like but everything they do in those movies is for their own benefit. Like the Moment is like, hey doctor, you're gonna fuck this up.
You're gonna fuck this up. Let me talk to you about this.
Not only am I going to talk to you, I'm going to bring you forward in time and show you how badly you're going to fuck this up.
I'm going to talk to you in the voice of a blonde chick you haven't met yet.
But will one day maybe or maybe not fuck, because that's never been outright said.
Never.
Though fans will debate about that for them to find whether or not the Doctor and Rose had sex.
There are episodes where they are basking in afterglow.
Rose's semen Stained face.
I mean, watch the beginning of The Wire and tell me they don't look like they've... Or whatever that episode is called. The Idiot's Lantern. Watch the beginning of that episode.
You said The Wire. I was like, wait, the Doctor's in the show The Wire?
No, that was the name of the monster. I'm sorry. Watch the beginning of The Idiot's Lantern and tell me they don't look like they've just been in the TARDIS going at it like rabbits.
Oh, they always look like that, though. Like, when they... Especially in the last episode, in Army of Ghosts, they come out holding hands and shit, dude.
I know. It's insane.
Yeah, they totally fucked. I mean, do we even have to say the Doctor and River?
Oh, well, they fucked, obviously.
I mean, they say it in dialogue. I'm a screamer. Spoilers. Doctor's like, well, I'm gonna tap that one day.
They're very overt about it, you know. If River sees Matt Smith across the room, she just look at the person next to her and be like, yeah, I tapped that.
Matt Smith is being all like comedic and goofy.
No, see, because they're backwards, so River Song's like, yeah, I tapped that, and Matt Smith's like, you did?
You fucked me?
I don't remember that.
Hasn't happened to you yet. Happened to me. Oh my. That's George Takei's thing. I can steal it if I want. Those chaps on the Demons from Outer Space did.
Oh
Who
my.
are the Demons from Outer Space? It's a podcast I listen to. Imagine if Matt Smith was a listener of this show. I would shit myself.
We would probably have a lot more fans than we do because he would be promoting.
Right, exactly. He'd be like, listen to the Demons from Outer Space. Well, he's not on Twitter or any of the social media, so...
Oh, is he not? Is he not? He could yell it out loud at Comic-Con or something.
Listen to the Demons from Outer Space! I wrote,
The majority of the people in the audience are like, what's that?
One guy's like, it's a shitty podcast on YouTube. Oi, fuck you. No, fuck you, 11th Doctor. No, fuck you.
Matt Smith and some nerd dressed like David Tennant get into a fight.
Oh, over the Demons from Outer Space. You and I are just in the background like, I can't believe this is a thing. Our lives are now complete. No, even better. We're in the car on the way to G-Fest. And we're just talking and I'm just like, hey, Dylan. And you're like, yeah? I wonder if somewhere in the world 2 people are fighting over our show right now. Cut to that. Oh, it's a thing, Dylan. It is a thing. We're far in, my friend. I think it's about time we wrapped up.
Indeed.
So, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Demons from Outer Space. As always, be sure to go to Facebook and like the Sons of Sarazawa Network homepage.
Wait a minute. Can I mention something?
Sure.
It's been bugging me.
Sure, go ahead.
Who makes a blockbuster remake of a popular action movie from the 80s, an iconic one at that, and opens it on a Wednesday?
What the fuck are you talking about?
RoboCop is opening on Wednesday.
Oh, yes. I have no idea what the story is with that. I'm assuming they have no faith in it. I'm becoming more and more pessimistic about this movie as it gets closer to release.
A Wednesday?
Yeah. It's weird. We'll see. I'm going to see it on Thursday. That's why I can't do the show that day.
I mean, yeah. Wednesday. Okay, that just popped back into my head, so I wanted to, like, why?
Are you going to see it?
Why? I don't know yet. I'm gonna wait for some initial feedback.
Do you want me to text you after I see it and tell you whether yay or nay?
Yeah, you do that because I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll text you when we get out of the theater. Be like, yeah, nay.
Yeah, nay.
Yeah, nay.
You're making a RoboCop movie. I will love it. All you have to do is not fuck up.
You just have to make it tolerable. We have RoboCop 3, so you can't fuck it up that bad.
I mean, I know you're not gonna give Red Foreman a cameo. It would be nice.
I'm more concerned with Peter Weller.
Peter Weller. Yeah, they should give him a cameo too. They should give both of them.
He deserves more than Red Foreman does, to be honest.
They should give them both cameos.
Oh, definitely, but I'm saying if you could only have one, it's gotta be Peter Weller.
They should give them a cameo where they're both in it and they're fighting.
They should be
Peter Weller.
They should be gay lovers. No.
Peter Weller is an older cop, and the new RoboCop has to assist him in taking down an older criminal who just happens to be Red Foreman.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing. See, I think that it would make sense if Peter Weller was the police captain.
Oh, that would be awesome.
if he was the guy from RoboCop 1, 2, and 3, the guy who ran that particular precinct, he was also ironically the head of the precinct in Beverly Hills Cop. Cop movies were very popular in the 80s, if you haven't guessed.
Cop movies were very popular. What has Peter Weller done with himself?
What do you mean?
Like since RoboCop.
He was in Star Trek Into Darkness.
He was. Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He's been in a lot of shit, but he doesn't play big roles anymore. He's always in the background, kind of.
Yeah. I forgot that was him in Into Darkness.
He was also in Leviathan. Yeah, he was in Leviathan.
Isn't that important?
I actually really like Leviathan. I know I'm like the only person on the planet who likes a Leviathan, but I do. Anyway, he was also in a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Demons from Outer Space. I am Bill Worster.
I am Super DM64, and Peter Weller was in Batman The Dark Knight Returns?
Yes, he was. He played Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome. Anyway, until next time, dem Germans, they be fucked up. I see nothing, and man!